Okay, so hi guys. Okay, so this reading is going to be on, if I'm correct, these two K-pop members from the K-pop group Katseye or Cat-Eye. And two members that someone asked me to pull cards on are Sophia and Manon. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I tried to do a little research on how to pronounce her name because the first time I was pronouncing it wrong. But so I actually think Sophia was the person in the clip I saw because I'm looking at their pictures who was trying to help other people pronounce Mono's name correctly. So hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. If not, I apologize. Next time I do a read on them, I'll try to be better at pronunciating her name. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a reading on well, since this is my first time doing a reading on these two individuals in this K-pop group, I'm probably going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to pull on how they currently feel about each other, so I can get an idea of, I guess, one, how they feel about each other, also, what's their type of vibe, since this is like my first time. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe should I pull a card on their energy first, then pull a card on how they currently feel about each other? Because sorry guys, I'm trying to think what I'm going to do. Because at first I'm thinking like, oh, I need to pull a card on how they currently feel about each other. And then I can pull clarifying cards. And that's probably going to be 9 cards. I feel like that's a good long video right there. But I'm like, if I don't know anything about them, maybe I should pull cards on their energy so I can get a vibe. Like, kind of like their vibe check of what type of person they could be. Let me think. You know what? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do my original idea first, which is pulling cards on how they currently feel about each other. And then for a part 2, because I might make it public or I might just keep it private, I'm going to just pull some extra cards after I'm done with the first part of the reading. And I can debate whether or not I will upload that. That way, whether or not I upload it, next time I do a reading on these two individuals, I will have a better clarity of who they are. So I guess I'm gonna end up pulling on their energy anyway, but I'm gonna say that for last versus doing it first, so I can go ahead and get this reading out the way. So yeah. Okay, that's about it. The person in the comments just asked for me to do a reading similar to the one I did for Lisa and Jennie of Blackpink. It was kind of like a similar, like the current feels by each other, stuff like that. So very straight to the point, stuff like that. But anyway, before I hop into this reading, when I was getting pictures of these two from Katseye, it's like I've heard about this group. I heard about, like, I think it was either a backlash or some type of negative publicity, whatever. So like negative news about them. And I'm not sure whether or not that's true or not, but one thing I remember about this group, it was actually very diverse, because I thought it had like, what about, like 2 or 3 people of color. Because when I think of K-pop group, this is like, I wouldn't really think about this, to be honest with you. I'm not sure why. It's one of those things that wouldn't really cross my mind, of having a K-pop group this diverse. Because I've heard about other K-pop groups where there's more, people who are like non-traditional K-pops, like they're more, mid-size or plus size. They're not like super, super small and skinny and stuff like that. And then I've heard about this group where it's very diverse. They have like people of color, people who look very, very different and unique, come from multiple parts, either the world or multiple parts of life, stuff like that. So very interesting with this group and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't wait to read on them. But anyway, intro's too long. Let's hop into it. Okay, so I just pulled some cards for Manon and Sophia's, what's their current feelings towards each other. So the first tarot card will represent Monon's energy and her perspective on what's her current feelings towards Sophia. And then the tarot card on the right will represent Sophia's energy and her perspective on what is her current feelings towards Manon. And the tarot card in the middle will represent the energy between Manon and Sophia, and also add some clarity to what's their current feelings towards each other. Okay, y'all get it? We get it? Let's hop into the reading. Okay, I'm going to flip over all the cards and tell you guys how it is. Because, jump right into it. So the first tarot card we have, it represents Monon's energy and her perspective on how she currently feels towards Sophia. We have the reverse Queen of Cups. Pause real quick. I just remembered. When I was getting pictures of these two, I actually went on my way for once and I checked their birthdays. If I remember correctly, someone's a Cancer, which is a water sign, and someone's a December 31st. Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn. Who's a Capricorn? Ah, crap. I don't remember who's who, but I know there's a water sign, a water sign Cancer, and a Capricorn in December. I remember that. So it's an earth sign and water sign. I just don't remember who is who. But anyway, back to the reading. I just thought of that once I saw the reverse Queen of Cups. But anyway, back to the reading. The tarot. Now we're on the tarot card on the right, which represents Sophia's energy and her perspective on how she currently feels towards Manon. We have the Devil card. First off, these cards are awful. But anyway, hold on, let me finish. And then the tarot card in the middle, which would represent the energy between Manon and Sophia for their current feelings toward each other, clarity, whatever. We have the reverse Nine of Swords. First off, first glance, the fuck's here? Like, I know that when you have girl groups, it's very common to have issues, tension, stuff like that. I feel like that happens a lot with big groups. I think there are a group of six or seven, if I remember correctly, 6 or 7. But first glance, okay, I will say this. There's a positive, because like I said, I see that reverse Nine of Swords. Hopefully I said that earlier. That's a reverse Nine of Swords in the middle, which is telling me that they are trying to heal and work on their friendship, which is a good sign. But outside of them trying to come together, heal from the past, I feel like something happened in the past. I don't know. But something did happen in the past, the source and stuff like that, because they're healing for something, mending something. Because the Nine of Swords, that's anxiety, mental health, depression, a lot of, fears, upset, like a lot of almost trauma with these two. But they're healing from something in the past, trying to make things better. But going back to them collectively, their individual energies, we got who am I starting on first? I kind of want to hit Sophia's energy with that devil card, because god dang, the devil? She thinks Manon the devil? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go to Monon's energy. I'll come back to that devil card, okay? Let's go to Monon's. For her energy and perspective on Sophia, like, her current feelings, it's a reverse Queen of Cups. I'm not sure if Sophia's a water sign or Monon's a water sign. I can't remember. But the reverse Queen of Cups, baby, that means, that means Manon feels that Sophia is emotionally manipulative. She gaslight people. She's a narcissist. She has this apathetic type of energy to her, almost like she doesn't care about anybody but herself. That self-centeredness. Like, I honestly think Manon probably sees Sophia as like a nagging, bitter, narcissistic mother sometimes of the group. I wonder, because that is the Queen of Cups, which I do think is like kind of like a mother card, but it's in reverse. So it's kind of like the opposite traits of a mother. Like all like non-nurturing, very loud, doesn't insensitive and stuff like that, like the opposite traits of a mother. But she also thinks that she's very insecure. Like, she's hiding her. Okay. Manon thinks that Sophia has a, not persona, like she put up a facade of person who she really is. Because in Manon's opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes, let me make sure I say that, she thinks that deep down, underneath all this negativity with Sophia, she thinks that she's very insecure. She's very sensitive. And that's why she acts out in anger, why she try to act like she doesn't care, why she can be narcissistic, why she try to manipulate people, is because she truly just hates herself, like deep down underneath, which I find fucking crazy. Oh, excuse my language, but what I find freaking crazy. And if you connect the reverse Queen of Cups to the reverse Nine of Swords, again, which is telling me, oh, my bad, sorry, it was a fly. What I was saying, which is telling me, despite Sophia's flaws in Monon's opinion, she is working on, she is getting better. Okay, she's opening up. You're starting to see the wounds of why she's acting this way. Why Mono had these impressions of Sophia, like why she carried herself this way. Mono is starting to see why. It's almost like those walls are slowly crumbling down. The more they get to know each other, the more they connect. I'm not sure how long this group been going on, when they debuted, when they first started their training. I have no clue. They all seem very older. They look very older, like they're in their 20s or something like that. So I'm not sure the background of when this group debuted, when they started their training process for Ida. I have no clue. But I just feel like first impressions, first getting to know each other, especially before the fame, it was negative in Mono's opinions. Mono did not like Sophia. She didn't like the type of vibe she was getting off at all. But over time, she's starting to see more of her true self because Sophia's become a lot more vulnerable. She's trying to get better, heal. She's improving. So Mono acknowledged the fact that she's, trying, having growth, getting better, improving. So despite her first initial feelings towards Sophia, she's also giving her benefit of doubt because she see there's progress being made. And Mono has a problem, meeting her halfway of like, oh, if she really wants to connect with me, get to know me, be friends with me, I'm open to it, as long as she coming correctly, okay? Yeah, because I feel like Mono, again, has a lot more sympathy towards Sophia now, the more she got to know her. I wonder, did something happen with Sophia? Did she get shamed, humbled? I don't know. Maybe what I said earlier in the intro about, I heard there was like controversy with the Katseye group, like some type of controversy. I don't know what it was. It could have been little, it could have been big. I have no clue. I wonder, did that situation of possibly, public hate kind of trauma bond or made all the young ladies bond together even more, like guys would have each other's back and stuff like that to get through this. Maybe like that earned respect of like having to stick by each other during these hard times. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. All I know and what I'm getting from these cards is Mono is learning to she's warming up to Sophia. Things are getting better. Her first impressions with Sophia wasn't good. Sophia came off a certain type of way. Whether or not that's true or not, or Mono's just being extra, I have no clue because I have no context for these young ladies. But their relationship, their bond is healing, is getting better, is growing. It's, I guess you say maturing. It's just growth, in my opinion. It's growth. Okay, so let's move on to the devil card, which is Sophia's energy and her perspective on her current feelings towards Mono, baby. Because just like Mono, they both have like these negative impressions with each other. I don't know when the world happened. I don't know their relationship, their friendship or whatever. I don't know what the dynamic is. I have no clue. But baby, there's a lot of negative impressions with these two. Okay, first off, Sophia thinks Mono only cares about the fame, the money, the popularity. She's superficial, materialistic. She thinks she's all that, and that she's obsessed with being at the top, being right. And low key, I guess you could say Sophia thinks that Mono either is the problem or has a problem. Because the devil card can also be obsession and addictions and bad negative patterns and toxic habits. So you can take that as real. I don't think because we do have the reverse of Nine of Swords in the middle. So that's like recovering from something. So Sophia could think, like I said earlier with Mono, Sophia could think Mono, despite her first impressions of her, has gotten better. She's improved. It's not always about the money. It's not always about the fame, the popularity. It's not about being superficial, being that popular, da da da. She feels like her impressions of Mono has changed for the better. She sees that Mono is growing. She's understanding, I guess you can say the reality of the situation that they're in. Being in a group, having to be a team player. I do feel like Sophia thinks that Mono is not. Well, she wasn't the best team player, but that has changed. Like I said, the devil card connects to that Nine of Swords, because Nine of Swords is like healing, improvement, recovering, trying to get better, seeking help, learning to cope, stuff like that. I think Sophia's biggest problem with Mono was her wanting to be either center her wanting to, stand out, be the star. I wonder who's like the quote leader of this Cat Eyes group. I have no clue who it is. But Sophia could feel like Mono be trying to act like she's the leader, like she's like the main girl, the it girl, the Beyonce of the group sometimes with her choices and the way she acts like she's already this big mega star. Of course, it has improved. I think, again, it's like this weird humbling thing. Did Mono get humbled with something? I don't know. I think, like I said earlier about the possible backlash with Katseye, I can't remember what it is. Maybe that whole situation scared them or humbled them, made them realize that they need to really lock in, carry themselves a certain type of way or something like that to earn their respect in this, K-pop is not a niche, but I guess for them having such a diverse group, they could be seen as a niche for K-pop. I don't know, but they really had to, come correct themselves on how to represent who they are. Okay, unfortunately, my mic had died and I lost about less than a minute. I feel like it was more like less than 30 seconds of what I was talking about. It was basically, again, just clarifying that devil card and it reverses swords. There's been some type of, I remember what I said, something in the past. I keep picking up some type of energy in the past. Like this, I have no clue about Katseye when they debuted, when they started training. All their controversy, I have no clue. I feel like something happened in the past that really shifted the dynamic of their group, or at least Mono and Sophia's relationship / friendship and stuff like that. It's like they got to know more of their true selves, like grew this understanding, and both of them are improving. Mono's, allegedly for entertainment purposes, Mono's ego has gone down a lot. Sophia's attitude has gone down a lot. It's like a very humbling experience. Whatever they experienced in the past, there's growth, there's healing, there's understanding, which they did lack in the beginning. Okay, so before I pull some more clarification cards, I will say this. Despite them, getting better, I do think Mono and Sophia, personally, I want to say they don't like working together. I feel like because of this past differences, yada, 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 I feel like if they had to choose a partner, like if there's, so if Katseye is a group of, like, let's say 6, so if you divide 6 by 2, you can get 3 groups. So if you make the little 3 groups, everybody pair up or whatever, I feel like unless someone, most likely some type of executive or manager, told Sophia and Mono to group up, these two wouldn't naturally think about grouping up with each other. Like, I just feel like these two clash a little bit, maybe just the personality or whatever, but I do think that they would do what they need to do to satisfy, like, their quota. Like, if the manager or boss, whatever, say this or that, do this. Like, if you won't be popular, money or fame, you gotta do this as part of your job, they would do that, of course. Like, hey, just suck it up, this is work or whatever. But naturally, I don't think so. I just think there's something about their personalities. And like I said earlier, I know that one's a water sign, one's an earth sign, like a Capricorn, the other one's like a Cancer, I think. Okay, so I just pulled 3 more tarot cards to clarify the Queen of Cups, which is Mono's energy and her perspective on how she currently feel toward Sophia. So I just want to see some more clarity, what I can pick up. First tarot card represents Mono's energy. Second tarot card represents the clarity between the two. And then the third tarot card will represent, again, more clarification of how she currently feels towards Sophia. So we have the reverse 8 of Swords. We have the Temperance card upright. And then we have the Ace of Wands upright. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mono has very mixed feelings towards Sophia, but she knows that despite her unsure feelings and the miscommunication between the two, she knows that at the end of the day, both of them need each other, okay? They're part of a team. They need to work together. They make that magic when they do. Almost like that old saying, like, we're better as a team than, enemies or rivals or whatever. At the end of the day, she understands that despite her confusing feelings with Sophia, she knows that that's not important right now. What's important is our job, our image, and doing what's best for the group in general. And I personally feel like Mono can definitely put whatever feelings aside, because I do think she respects Sophia's creativity anyway. Like, I feel like there's always like positives and negatives to people's like personalities, and I do think Mono does like the positives when it comes to Sophia and her personality and what she brings to the group as a person in general. So from Mono's perspective, she has no problem keeping the peace as long as, Sophia is also cooperating and doing what she's supposed to do. Like, it almost reminds me, like, oh, all that judgment goes out the window when we're freaking making millions and we're collecting awards and success and all this type of recognition. Like, who cares if we don't like each other? We're winning. It's kind of like, it giving me a little bit that vibe. Yeah, Mono is definitely putting her ego and pride or whatever to the side just for, the growth, the focus on growing bigger as a group, the popularity and stuff like that. If she needs to placate their relationship, she will. Make sure that no one knows her true feelings towards Sophia for the time being. She has no problem with that. Shoot. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. It's not like Mono hates Sophia. It's like, sometimes people just don't mesh well sometimes. Like, everybody's different. Everybody got different personalities. Like, it's normal. Like, you're not going to like everybody. Especially if you think about it, it's a big group. So not everybody's going to naturally, like each other or get along like the first few years or something like that. Like, you're just, in a way tolerating one another. You're working together. So basically you're like co-workers and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to also pull 3 more tarot cards to clarify Sophia's current feelings towards Mono. Okay, for Sophia, the first tarot card represents her energy. Second tarot card represents clarification for her energy and how she currently feels towards Mono. Third tarot card represents her current feelings towards Mono, extra clarification. But yeah, first tarot card we have is the Ace of Cups. Second tarot card we have is Page of Cups. Is Sophia the water sign? Why can't you get in water? Okay, whatever. I'll come back to that. Oh yeah, and earlier the Devil card, that's Capricorn. And then the Queen of Cups. Ain't that Cancer? Holy shit. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll come back to that. Sorry, guys. I'm getting thrown off. And third tarot card we have is the Star. Oh, interesting. So Sophia acknowledged that her and Mono have very common dreams, or I guess you can say common goals, which is becoming the Star, because we got the Star card here. But it's also connecting to the Page of Cups, which is we are big dreamers, have a lot of passion, ambition. Also means we're big dreamers, and we love sharing our ideals with others. And so I feel like Sophia might have acknowledged that her and Mono share similar ideals with each other, like what they think about fame, what they want as a career wise as a K-pop idol. Like, there's some similarities that Sophia acknowledges with Mono at the end of the day. And because of that, I really don't think that Sophia really has a problem with Mono, despite earlier I do think Mono is a little iffy about Sophia. I don't think Sophia is that iffy about Mono, only because they're very similar in a certain way. Well, I guess they can say they share common goals, so she can overlook a lot of Mono's personal choices and her personal flaws very easily. It's almost like, oh, you're on the volleyball team, but I'm a cheerleader. But we listen to the same music, so I guess you're cool. It's like, I know that sounds like a crazy out-of-pocket example, but it gives very that. It's like, oh, okay, you're that, and I'm this, but we listen to the same music, music, we're cool. Like, it's something that we have a similar or alike. I honestly think that Sophia likes the fact that Mono thinks big, she dreams big, even though she can overdo it. That's why I said earlier about the materialistic and the obsession with the fame, she can overdo it. But Sophia does like that Mono dreams big. She got a lot of passion, got a lot of energy. She got a lot of, I guess you say, ambition for chasing that stardom. Sophia likes that. Honestly, I think Sophia just likes anybody who has a dream. They have their own ambitions, their own goals in life, what they fantasize about the most, what they seek out for true fulfillment. She loves stuff like that. Okay, Sophia got to be the water sign. Come on now. I think Sophia's the water sign, maybe. Is she the water sign or is she the earth sign? I don't know. That's very Capricorn-like too with the ambition stuff. And then water sign I would think is more supportive. I don't know. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look after I do this, finish this reading up. I wonder. Sophia thinks Mono's talented, but I also feel like from Sophia's energy, she's also talented in her own way too. I wonder if Sophia thinks either Mono's the best in the group at something. Like, why do I think she thinks that Mono has the most qualifications of being a star or K-pop idol? I don't know. Like, I know nothing about these two. Honestly, I feel like the only thing Sophia will probably dislike or disagree with Mono is about is her obsession with like materialistic things. So I wonder in the future there's gonna be something about, I don't know, how expensive, like, I don't know, costumes or someone spending or someone asking for too much. I wonder if it's going to be a problem there, and that's going to trigger Sophia, because I feel like for some reason money and materialistic or superficial people trigger Sophia for some reason. I have no clue why. I have no clue why she gets really triggered by greed. I have no clue. Maybe she's in it. Maybe she's in this K-pop group for the fun of it versus the fame and the money. But some people are in the K-pop group allegedly for entertainment purposes. Maybe Mono for the fame and money and stuff like that, not for the fun or the recognition. Maybe just for superficial reasons. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end this reading here. Well, this part of the reading. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be posting the second part of the reading where I'm just pulling their energies, trying to understand the type of person they are. Who knows? But this part of the reading, which is definitely going to be public, is done and complete. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment below any more K-pop groups, especially like I don't know any of them. So a lot of times I'm doing this reading completely blind, no clue, no context. Usually I only look up like the names and what the group members look like, and that's because I need a thumbnail and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, bye.